Why most popular psychology is complete nonsense. Let's jump right into this. Number 8. The left brain versus right brain lie. You've probably heard this one in 100 TED Talks and school assemblies. Creative people use the right brain, logical people use the left. It sounds poetic, like your skull is hosting a roommate sitcom between Picasso and Spock. But here's the truth, your brain doesn't care about that neat little divide. Both hemispheres work together like a messy married couple, arguing constantly but still paying the bills on time. The myth came from a few 1,960-second split brain studies, where scientists literally cut the connection between the hemispheres to treat epilepsy. The patients behaved differently, sure, but only because their brains were surgically divorced. In a normal brain, creativity, logic, and emotion are team sports. Even math problems light up both sides like a Christmas tree. But pop psychology loved the simplicity. Are you right-brained or left-brained? Became a personality quiz empire. It's like saying, do you breathe more with your left lung or your right? The answer is yes. So next time someone says, I'm just more of a right-brain person, remember they're not enlightened. They're recycling a 60-year-old misunderstanding that scientists debunked decades ago. Number 7. The 10% brain myth. Ah yes, the classic line that launched 1,000 bad sci-fi movies. Humans only use 10% of their brain. If that were true, you could safely scoop out the other 90% and still pass your driver's test. Spoiler, you wouldn't. You'd die. Neuroscientists have scanned brains for decades, and every single part of it lights up doing something, whether you're solving calculus or just scrolling TikTok in emotional despair. Even when you're sleeping, your brain is pulling an all-nighter managing dreams, memory, and your heartbeat. The 10% idea probably came from an old misquote of psychologist William James, who said most people don't meet their full potential. Somewhere between that and a motivational seminar, people turned it into, you only use 10% of your brain, unlock the rest. Because apparently, nothing sells self-help books like implying you're wasting 90% of your skull real estate. It's comforting to imagine secret brain powers waiting to be unlocked. But the truth is less cinematic. You already use all of it. It's just not all on fire at the same time, because that would be a seizure, not enlightenment. Number 6. Learning styles. The educational horoscope. Visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners. You've heard it all before, probably from a teacher handing out a quiz that told you what type you are. Sounds scientific, right? Nope. It's basically Hogwarts houses for studying. The idea that people learn better when information matches their preferred style, seeing, hearing, touching, is wildly popular and wildly unproven. Study after study shows that teaching to someone's preferred style doesn't actually improve learning. What matters is the content and how your brain processes it, not whether it came with jazz hands or a PowerPoint. But the myth sticks because it feels personal. Who doesn't like to believe they're a visual learner? It's like a cozy little identity badge that excuses bad grades. Oh, I failed math because I'm an auditory learner. Sure, buddy. Maybe you just didn't study. In reality, your brain uses all senses all the time. It's a blender, not a filing cabinet. So if you really want to learn something, mix it up. Read it, say it, draw it, live it. Don't box your brain into a personality test with crayons. Number 5. Body language fortune-telling. Crossed arms mean they're defensive. Looking up to the left means they're lying. If they touch their neck, they're hiding something. Okay, Sherlock, let's slow down. Body language isn't a secret code book you can memorize to become a human lie detector. Most of those tells are based on cherry-picked anecdotes, not real psychology. People cross their arms when they're cold. They look around when they're thinking. They fidget because humans are weird little bundles of electricity. Sure, some gestures can hint at emotions, but only when you actually know the person's baseline. A nervous tick on a first date doesn't mean liar. It probably means terrified mammal performing social ritual. The funny part? Actual interrogators don't rely on body language myths. They look for patterns and inconsistencies in story details. Meanwhile, pop psychology sold the rest of us a fake decoder ring and called it confidence training. So before you assume your coworkers' crossed arms mean resentment, maybe check the thermostat. Number 4. The men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Fairy tale. This one refuses to die the idea that men's and women's brains are so different, they might as well be separate species with different Wi-Fi passwords. You've probably heard the cliches. Men are logical, women are emotional. Men compartmentalize, women multitask. Yeah, and cats can't swim until they do. The truth is, Brain imaging studies show that the differences within each gender are way bigger than the differences between them. In other words, two random guys might have more different brains than a guy and a girl sitting next to each other. But that doesn't sell as many relationship books, does it? Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus came out in the 90 seconds peak self-help era, when pseudoscience wore shoulder pads. It packaged stereotypes as neuroscience and made billions. The idea stuck because it gave couples an easy out. We're not fighting, we're just from different planets. No, you're just both bad at communication. So no, men aren't emotionally stunted aliens, and women aren't hyper-empathic telepaths. We're all messy, hormonal primates with varying Wi-Fi speeds. Number 3. The power pose problem. Ah yes, the classic advice from every motivational seminar. Stand tall, hands on hips, like Wonder Woman. You'll feel confident. It sounds magical, as if your spine has a direct hotline to your self-esteem. The power pose hype came from a 2010 study suggesting that holding dominant postures for 2 minutes boosted testosterone and confidence levels. It became an overnight TED Talk sensation. Millions of people started T-posing in office bathrooms before job interviews. The problem? The effect didn't replicate. When other scientists repeated the experiment, they found little to no hormonal change. Confidence didn't magically appear. Maybe a cramp did. That doesn't mean posture is useless. Your body and mind do talk to each other. Standing tall can help remind your brain to act confident, but it's not a cheat code. You can't outpose a lifetime of insecurity with a superhero stance. Still, it's a fun ritual. So if you want to stand in your mirror pretending you're conquering capitalism, go for it. Just don't call it neuroscience. Number 2. The smile yourself happy shortcut. Ever been told, just smile, it'll make you happier? It's a classic pop psych gem that refuses to die, probably because it's cheap therapy. Supposedly, the act of smiling tricks your brain into releasing dopamine and serotonin. Instant happiness, right? Well, sort of. Early studies suggested that holding a smile could boost mood slightly, but newer. Larger studies say the effect is tiny and inconsistent. If grinning through an existential crisis worked, clowns would be the most mentally stable people alive. The problem is, your emotions don't just flow from face to brain. They're a feedback loop influenced by context, body, and meaning. Smiling while genuinely happy? That reinforces joy. Smiling while you want to scream? That's emotional taxidermy. So while smiling might nudge your mood upward for a minute, it's not a miracle. Happiness is more complicated than face yoga. Sometimes you need rest, connection, or therapy, not a fake grin. And a Pinterest quote. Number 1. Personality sorting hats. Picture an office where everyone's identity hangs on a 4-letter code ENFP. ISTJ, maybe Huff or Puff. That's the Myers-Briggs type indicator, pop psychology's favorite horoscope in a lab coat. It divides humanity into neat boxes, introvert or extrovert, thinker or feeler, as if real people don't change depending on caffeine or sleep. The problem? Take the test twice and you'll probably get a new personality. It's unreliable because it forces gray areas into black and white boxes, then flatters you with vague compliments like, you value authenticity but struggle when others don't. Congrats you and every mammal. Real psychology prefers the big 5 traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism because they exist on spectrums, not cages. Your personality shifts with time, stress, and carbs. So yeah, keep your 4 letters if they help you reflect. Just don't treat them like DNA results. The goal isn't to find your type. It's to understand why you like being labeled in the first place. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.